Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the final edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Friday morning. Mina Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today is Friday, the 3rd day of October 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, amidst all the discussion we don't go on from the proposed power sharing way government we've been see inside August where the president will go up in parliament. It been officially asked one point in we've been talk about get for do with the PR system for extend them to the executive. But before that, we'll be also hearing the Speaker of Parliament have been make mention of that inside one of in talk them na parliament so said they propose say then for do power sharing, we now the PR system where they want extend to the executive. Well, we see yesterday in the evening, the All People's Congress APC party, amongst all the discussion here, we don't happen regarding the creation of new districts them also. They don't pull their official position. Also, the party they reject this particular proportional representation for go to the executive. According to the APC, then believe say this na other thing we go make the country go back to a one-party state. Well, how the APC party reached to this, the official position on the issues here, and that's what they can discuss at this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and plenty other issues they na the Breakfast Show for you this morning, as you hear from Mabel for the very first time from all in conversation there. So don't they go on na the media and also other public space them. For the first time, the All People's Congress, when at the main opposition party yesterday, then pull a press release, Usai then talk about different things them where gets for do with the PR system, it gets for do with the creation of new districts, and self then talk about the first past the post where them believe say now the democratic systems of governance where all Salon people want. They also respond to the proposal where the Speaker of Parliament and His Excellency the President make for power sharing. We don't get some conversation there for a while now, but this now the first time the party come out with an official press release who said and say they go use all democratic means for resist and protest if the ruling government, when the SLPP, try for force some of them things there. So yesterday we try for get government. We reach out to the Deputy Minister of Information, for na the government spokesman, but he say unfortunately he did travel out of the country. We try for reach out to somebody again from the strategic communications unit, that the Ministry of Information. Unfortunately, we're not able to get nobody yet for respond, but we'll keep on trying. So we can discuss some of the things them where the APC write inside this particular press release. A lot of people in the CN like say a very strong press release, and the APC use very strong adjective them. Well, we get the spokesperson for the All People's Congress when Sidi Yayah Tunis, he with the studio for low cam discuss some of the things them where they write inside this press release and how they plan for continue for engage the government for CC then reach at a common ground. Good morning, Sidi, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Khadija. Thank you very much for inviting me this morning.
All right, as I tell with viewers them, this particular conversation don't go on for a very long time. The speaker, the first side where the public hear this, now the speaker suggests, say, for let the tension ease na the country immediately after elections, where one political party we can win the election, they feel like say, na me get all the power. So he say going forward, they propose say the country for try for see if then go get a system where they share power, especially turning like now where the constitutional review process they go on, and self where His Excellency the President go address parliaments and the state opening of parliament, himself make mention of the same thing. But the conversation don't they not the public for a very long time. And one question where many people ask yesterday on a poll, this very lengthy press release, now that why it take the APC so long for respond to them proposal there.
Well, it not take we so long. If you recall a couple of weeks ago, I've been there. and I talk about this particular thing. And this na battle will don't start from even before 2023 elections. The fact of the matter is, we primary system of election at this country as per the Constitution of Sierra Leone are the first past the post. When are the constituency-based election. Now that now with Constitution Section 38 of the 1991 Constitution to be specific. But then of course during the war, we will not be able to do census and delimit boundaries. Then in 1996, they used the whole country as one constituency because, of course, the country not been accessible then because of the war. And then in 2002 also, then decide for, because the war still not be done it, then decide for use the PR system. But of course, for making legal, the parliament then introduced what they call section 30, they introduced section 38, will lead to the district block proportional representation system where then be used that time day. And in 2023, this government decide for use proportional representation, which challenged the illegality of because of course, we all know say in 2003, we began existing constituencies. We began parliament, of course, where parliamentarians then be elected based on them constituencies then they. But the government still go ahead. Then first of all start with the midterm census, but in the end they're not even able to use their census data then get for add the 2022 census to 2015 census data, divide them by 2, forget now the 11.9 threshold they use for the 2023 election. We challenge that but of course, unfortunately, the Supreme Court ruled against the APC and give the government the right, say, a constitutional for let them use the proportional representation. We all know the outcome of the election. We get issues. We're going to Bintu Money. And then, of course, from Bintu Money dialogue, we get the agreement for national unity with Resolution 3, bond the tripartite committee. That committee, they meet. One of the thorny issue where they not be able for agree on now which type electoral system then for use going forward. The resolution 78 from that tripartite recommendation states say the government for go back to the people and consult with the people as to which type electoral system then for use, whether therefore continue with the PR system as in 2023 or then for go back to first past the post. Then consultations then they happen, Khadija. Then start first with focus consultations, then consult with political parties. And we make the position very clear that we for go back to the first past the post and we proffer with reasons for that. With the current PR system we'll get now, Khadija, you go to certain communities, they don't get representation. At parliament level, at council level. Things then they happen, they don't know what that for run to. And we all see the haphazard manner in which we do and the many manipulations will happen. They do a national consultation where the three largest groups, I say three largest groups in terms of following, in terms of representation, the councils of paramount chiefs, they do a presentation, a comprehensive presentation where they say they don't consult all across this country as chiefs, as custodians of the people at the least level, and the people that don't tell them, say, the first past the post now in their want. Then self give them reasons. The interreligious council then self do a presentation, then tell the government, say, as far as they're concerned as religious people, they don't consult across this country. The majority of the people of this country say, now first past the post then prefer. Then civil society, where of course then self do them presentation. In fact, they even talk say, when they do and consult and even take their surveys and vote. Proportional representation not even can second part and vote. 57% of the membership say them prefer first past the post. And then you come to we, the main opposition. We get a huge following. We self don't consult with we people. Then self don't come out outrightly and tell we say, now first past the post them prefer. And we give government comprehensive reasons. You know, we don't state the reasons, we don't state why it's preferable to the people of this country. We're not done with that one day, Khadija. The next thing will begin a rebut proportional representation for be extended to the executive level, even where the one self within a parliamentary and local council level, the people of this country, through them consultations, then they don't already reject. Because when you take them blocks, then they were not mentioned. So these are the people. When you look at the chiefs, then they control the bulk of the people of this country. You look at the religious people, then they control the bulk of the people of this country. You look at, civil society, and then you take we, the main opposition party. These are the people they talk about.
So they
which,
surprise the APC where una hear about extension of the proportional representation to the executive. Una been surprised when that come up?
We've been surprised. And it first come out na parliament, like you said earlier, now the speaker of parliament first, and we immediately go na air and tell him for stop, and we give you reasons. Then, of course, we hear from the president's address. Then after that one day, the advisors to the president don't call we also to another meeting on this same matter. And maybe we give them with same position. When you begin for talk about extending proportional representation to the executive level, saying that, would they try for avoid tension? Would they try for avoid runoffs? Would they try for, ensure more inclusivity? Mabel, in the first place, we lost, I don't state this earlier, we lost as than they now. Even when a winner takes all, and not prevent the president for appoint anybody we want. The constitution give the power. Whatever a president get that power for hire and fire. So if you become president, you feel say you want inclusivity, you want for form a government outside the opposition, then nobody not stop you. You can appoint as many people as you want from the opposition. When we began our governance in 2007, President Nkrumah appointed people who were SLPP. At the time we appoint J.B. Dauda, may his soul rest in peace, as foreign minister, he was SLPP. At the time we appoint Bobo Sawyer as deputy minister of health, he was SLPP. Dr. Soko Kabia was PMDC.
So, I not believe in legitimate reasons the government propose for the PR system for be extended to the executive.
No, the reasons within the prof are not legitimate. And, because, like I say, the president can hire anybody. 2023, now we don't get the most contentious election at this country. To a point, the opposition decide for boycott. With all of that tension there, you not decide for do power sharing. You not decide for do government of national unity. At the time now when you there about for left and you begin for talk about power sharing, you begin for talk about government of national unity, there must be a reason for that. And we are a country who sign a multi-party democracy with a practice. Multi-party democracy in a sense, political parties, they present their agenda through manifesto to the people of this country. When through that manifesto, the people they elect them party then they into offices. So when you become president, then promises then the way you make, that you manifesto, your agenda now you they push. Now, if we get a situation like how then they propose, say, Lord, they share power. You get a cabinet, we get APC, SLPP based on the percentage where the election score. What are your agenda then get for push?
But when you listen to all the conversation them, we don't dey go around this proposal of power sharing. We see Usai, the presidential spokesman, don't do an extensive media awareness campaign. We don't host an severally. For in believe see all of the intention they are waking upon after elections. If una accept the power sharing, it will stabilize all of the issues then they will get for do with elections, and it will promote inclusivity because both parties go work together.
No, not to power sharing go make tensions ease. Tension go ease if Khadija, if we do the right thing. We lost then clear as to how elections for go, how elections for be conducted. You understand? In the United States, they get the worst form of winner takes all. I go tell you with all seriousness. But you know they see tension by the election because they have systems and the people who are responsible for conduct election, they do the right thing, then they follow the system as prescribed by the law. If we continuously decide for blatantly, circumvent the laws and do the wrong thing, tension go always there, even if we decide say with the share power. Because at the end of the day, what the people want, then for able grab, then go to the polling stations easily, securely, then go vote to that they want, and when then count the result, if for reflect how they vote. That's not the major issue. And that is what we need for focus on, for correct, not for share power. After elections, if the elections fair, people they move on. We always don't get results contested in this country, but people always they move on. They get tension post-election. How government also decide for govern after the election, now ain't gonna lead to tension or not. There is no guarantee say if you share power, tension or go there in the first place. Let we say now the proposal where they put forward, people they accept. How the first side the problem they start first, they create serious problem inside the political parties then. Because who gets what? When you don't say power sharing, other they go side. That is one aspect of it. Secondly, when you don't get your cabinet, everybody answerable to the president, for God's sake. Whether you did APC, you get SLPP, that person will sit down up here as president. Now in agenda when all they push. Now when all answerable to. Not to your party, we they see in a parliament. We they see in a parliament, Mabel, even where people are elected. Even where we have section 77K, we they see how parliamentarians they behave. Mostly they go against the position of their parties for pitch tent with the ruling government. You go na power, they don't elect you minister, the president don't appoint you minister from your own political party. Then, of course, if you begin for do it, you party no one, then decide for pull you, and the president no one pull you, tension they start. You understand? It is highly possible the party they lose you. And what does that mean? The party within a power go easily weaken the other party then within opposition. Because it is highly possible say they go begin for loss their membership them. Whether they don't appoint ministers, ambassadors, and you name them. And waiting they happen now with democracy will they kill and will they slowly go back to a one-party system, because at the end of the day, that party will sit up and we get the power. We all know the amount of power where the executive get. That party will sit down and we get the power where they control when natural all my answerable. Don't take people, and sometimes the best from other political parties, then self don't go taste power, they no one left. Those parties, they lose them people and then they weaken them. And what is happening, they begin for strength in that party within our power, and we slowly go back to one party, which is what we don't want. So let us, continue with the system what we get, defined by our constitution, sanitize with electoral processes, make sure say them fair, waiting the law say if we for do voters registration, we do them perfectly. We make sure say we exhibit the voters list people and see and make correction. We print fine voter card for everybody. Where elections come, all man able for common good and line, secure vote. We count the vote transparently, tabulate the result, and announce the winner way everybody go accept. We don't go get tension that way. But not can't tell we say if we share power, tension go reduce, we go get inclusivity. No. We feel say you go kill with democracy and you go weaken other political parties.
All right, continue for the weeks. We're in the studio. In case you just a tune in, that's now Sidi Yayah Tunis, the spokesman for the main opposition APC party. Today we look at the press release where they pulled yesterday outside and say they're ready for resist the ruling SLPP if they make any attempt for go with the PR system, the power sharing system of governance when they promote, when they propose, and also for the creation of new districts and localities. Well, who don't listen to Sidi Yayah Tunis, so they introduce other studio guests now, whether a social commentator and a journalist. They don't comment on political matters, issues of the economy, and other issues that we get for the social justice. And all within Melvin Tijan Mansari, we now guest to talk na opinion, and that's not of liberty. Good morning, Melvin, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
As a journalist, when you're in a disclaimer, you should be very careful. Thank you very much for welcoming me on this dangerous topic.
All right, we don't listen to the spokesperson for the main opposition. This conversation don't go on for a very long time now, but yesterday at the first, where the public see them pull a comprehensive press release who said they address the issue of power sharing where the president they propose, and also then talk about the PR system of election for them believe say not a democratic system of election, and they also talk about the creation of new districts and localities. They also further say they're ready for use the democratic means for protest if the ruling governments make any attempt for force their way forget all of them things they have for happen. The APC not believe say waiting the president and the speaker of parliament say if they share power, the tension they make him happen during and after election it will reduce. Firstly, let we know your view on the APC press release yesterday with very strong words.
Okay, I think it was a birthday gift to Anes by Kuruma, former president, since yesterday was his birthday. So, from a political lens, I can understand where it's coming from. But like you mentioned, not something we knew. The MP, they don't express that. The mayor don't talk about that. Other people don't talk about that. So the APC's position, if we want to begin from a journalistic lens, is why now? Why now? Since these expressions have been made. But I'm very scripted, Khadija, because firstly I have to apologize for the last time not being there. And also viewers at home and abroad. Some people call me, say, Melvin, they were waiting for you, so I must apologize. And today again, another problem occurs because I got to cancel an international affairs show on Epic for there. But I think I have no regrets to that. We're all colleagues and we complement each other's efforts. And my views, now to the substance of my conversation, and not that of SLPP or APC. I register to vote, but I don't vote because I believe APC and SLPP are the same political parties. Until that time I will convince otherwise, I regard myself as a staunch political centrist, which means they are not the APC and not the SLPP. That doesn't mean that I don't have friends or foes across the political divide. So whatever I say, as I don't put out in a disclaimer, I'm not talking my own disclaimer. I not can talk for SLPP, I not can talk for APC. I go try for talk the views of the people of Sierra Leone. So, like I say, I was scripted, I studied, and which I talk here, I stand for a challenge on them. Like I say, this is not about they give to Anes Kuruma because they pull the press statement on the date of Anes Kuruma's birthday. I call this a political stunt for optics, not substance. It's sensational move with little or no effect. When SPC talk about protest, how can they protest? They can only protest through the procedures and the processes, one of which is stopping the votes in parliament. Legislatively, the APC must not fool themselves. They don't have the numbers to obstruct legislatively the SLPP. That's one. If it's about calling the people to on the streets, that will be also politically diabolical for the APC, because we saw how the APC National Secretariat wrote a letter to the police to curb their own supporters when they wanted to protest against electoral justice when ECOWAS visited. So even when APC is getting to go protest, they must be very wary, because do they have the in-house setting to trigger that action? So for me, I will look at it as proverbially the pot's calling the kettle black.
But then say then go take the people out of the street. So you question if the APC get that power or then get a number of people.
Of course, they are not formidable enough. The APC, if you allow me to go to my notes.
Why do you think they are not formidable enough as the main opposition?
The revered publicist was here saying that people will go petition to PPRC as saboteurs. That in itself is a case study. And according to the PPRC, there are serious objections and petitions to be settled within the APC.
But you not feel say that now the internal party struggle, it not get anything for do with them party supporter them.
It does.
If the APC call a protest today, you not think say them people then go comply?
If Samuel tell them not go, they not go. If Sam Sumana tell them not go, they not go. If Alfred Peter contest have pulling a small crowd, they not go. The APC is fragmented. You are very clever on your questioning. The APC is not formidable enough. The young publicists don't say they are being sabotaged. And the APC is so arrogant that they cannot put their internal businesses into order. Why not ever wait till people ever go petition or go object if you are not politically arrogant like the SLPP is? Why do you have to set a 5 years clause, which is the bone of contention, when the constitution itself not set? The APC, they call accused of SLPP of waiting then to serve the practice. And I would call it a political shenanigans. It lacks substance.
So then stating that the press release and go use all democratic means for protest, people are just bogus. You think?
It's a defeat. It's a defeat, because if you believe in democratic process, why didn't you challenge the elections in the courts? I mean, no, look how the courts did, and the courts will get. ABC is not going to be the win case then. So what is democratic? That is just a political rhetoric coming from the opposition. And the opposition should be, I hate to say this. I'm not lending the words of David Senge, but ahead of 2028, the opposition is stagnated and unprogressive. Let me qualify my statement. Unprogressive in the sense that how can the good old opposition party cancel its lower level elections on the argument that objections? Why had you not settled the objections before that? That is one. Even if you look at within the dynamics of the APC, some people of their national secretariat have resigned to contest of flag bearer, including current secretariat officials coming out to say I support Jagaban or whosoever. So the APC itself, it's very unfortunate. Like I have put out my disclaimer. I'm not here speaking for SLPP, but the APC, they are just merely bluffing, because what is the process? They don't have the votes in parliament to stop SLPP if they want to. Also, I will challenge them, the kind of support we therefore get for calling supporters, because of the quagmire of Mission 2028 and electoral justice, they will not get that support. They are fragmented. They are divided on serious issues.
So for you, if the APC not sort out the internal issues with some of the members, they're not go able for address issues of national concern where they can up one extension of the PR to the executive, the redistricting and creating a new district them where the local government don't propose a cabinet and don't approve.
It's a distraction, to answer your question subtly.
How that's going to be a distraction where a whole party with a whole executive already they don't respond to the issue we get for do with the Sumana na the PPRC. That was ongoing, and the other people them in the party we get to the responsibilities. So we don't call here at the studio for explain waiting they happen whilst then get all the internal issues in the party. How that's going to be a distraction from them addressing national issues as an opposition?
Because the kingdom divided against itself will not stand. Some people just laugh there. When I get matter for us that PPIC will not resolve it. Because of that, SLPP don't do the lower level election from when? APC is playing catch up. That's why I said they're unprogressive. Because by now, therefore, don't do lower level elections. Like what SLPP is ahead of them at like 1 or 2 steps. 1 or 2 steps, and they are playing catch up using rhetorics and fine languages when they're not, if they can't put their house in order, even the people, the ordinary, the non-partisans Sierra Leone will take them for serious. For example, look at them get Samura Kamara. For example, look how you, I mean, this is the man where una say, look where they defeat themselves in the statement, the dispute said 2020 election, then they are countering also electoral justice. You are saying the election was not credible. Why have you not questioned the credibility of the elections, but you are moving progression of the election, of the next election? So the APC is not consistent. Particularly when I use the word APC, I'm talking about the National Secretariat and its leadership, because the APC is a big political creature.
So the when they reject the power sharing, and also then reject the proposal for the PR system, then reject the creation of new districts and localities. For them, then believe, say, the things them where the SLPP, they say, if this happen, one, it go ease the tension and it go bring inclusion. The APC say that's very dishonest from the SLPP.
It's a political shenanigans from the APC. They are hypocritical. Because the same thing that they do inside the party, radical exclusion and political antics to isolate others. Yeah, I mean, this is pot calling. For me, that is not I mean, with all due respect to your question, you know, me not Alpha Khan, you know, I see Alpha Khan's guy for bully, you use age and gray, yeah. But until we all camera, until we kick it away. So when it comes to the level for us, whether they talk about all the objections the way they raise, the APC is not even empirical. For example, on proportional, I mean, I talk about SBPO, but it's the proportional representation. I have checked almost country where they practice and almost country where they practice in the world. There's some people will beat them on the argument. They not do their homework well on that. If it comes to power sharing, again, the APC's argument is so weak. They have not cited any provision in the constitution or in the laws. Go and read it again. I know someone has studied very well.
You're not saying a lawyer the APC gets as the Secretary General and an author that press release.
Because a lawyer, so anything I give you for say, we not say APC party, we are independent thinkers. This is the same lawyer who double standard. We know the video we commoded last time. I don't want to go to his personality. He is working for a party. I'm not talking about his lawyer status. If we want to come and argue on his legal illegalities, we'll come and sit here and do it, but he's not here. I want to address the issues and let the publicists come and respond. So on what you be asked about just now, that the APC, they on the right track because of a lawyer, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Because there are clear evidence.
But you say the APC, for you, they no quote no constitution provision.
Watch and not read them.
Them press release.
Read them.
So that make waiting the state inside the press release not authentic in your own view.
I use the word empirical, means they should give us reference. Can you a senior journalist? When person say this is not illegal or unconstitutional, you should cite the provision. You not so anyone can go for say, can you read the release again? Maybe they read in it. Show me any sexual constitution they cite or any side they refer to. This is not half-baked release. Now, this is a party office release. This is for the people of Sierra Leone, the decent citizens of Sierra Leone, who want to see a formidable, a vibrant opposition. This is a party office release, also for the public, right-thinking public, honestly.
All right.
Melvin, it's good we get Sidi Tunis at the studio, when at the National Publicity Secretary for the APC. You just don't hear the adjectives them where Melvin used against una party. One, he clearly believes say all waiting on the person a big joke because he believes say the issues them when they get internally enough for distract una for pay attention to this una rather settle the issues than they. And he also believes say the composition of the press release not represent that of an expected opposition we for get the views of the people and quoting say una no sat inside the constitution we go back up and legitimate reason where una they reject the proportional representation for the executive. What you make up of Melvin description?
Always it on the talk, always the talk so, and it's really disheartening that I get for can sit down and face somebody way can a studio will not look sober because it definitely not know what they talk about. When I start my arguments now, I quoted the Constitution clearly. What did the Constitution say? The type of electoral systems we will get now, and you know how in fact proportional representation come into being. I even talk about how they introduced Section 38A because of the situation we'll be fine with self as a country at that time. I explained also the challenge, this whole thing that the Supreme Court in 2023. I explained all of that. So for make it come, they use then bogus term there on the party. Unfortunate. We know your agenda already, but that is, that they not go distract you. We are a political party. We operate on the laws of this country. We operate on the laws of we party. You understand? If we decide for go by we law based on whatever experience we don't get in the past, and certain people get issue with that, that not in any way means say, oh, we know they treat people fairly. Oh, look how they treat Samura Kamara. How did we treat Samura Kamara? I mean, you come here, you sit and talk about issues where you don't know nothing about. It is unfortunate. Go read the APC constitution. Go read the APC constitution thoroughly and go read the Sierra Leone constitution. You have people where many years they know they participate per party issues. When time reach for election, then come, begin the petition and set hala. If you say we go just as a political party and not take the necessary action, we go protect the party, we go protect the interests of the party. No. We will take action.
Melvin makes some points in Sidi. It talks, say, firstly, una not get the command of una people them for call them out for come out and protest. Secondly, una not get the numbers na parliament. If eventually this issue reach na parliament and them reach for vote.
And they assume. Say we don't get command over we people. And they assume.
It made 3 instances.
They assume.
First, he said if the APC call now a protest, Samura Kamara get in your crowd, he tell them say una not come on. Alfred Peter Conte, who una the battle right now, instead of telling people they not come on. Una get Sam Sumana as well, who una deal with na PPRC, instead of telling people they not come on. Then they reduce pa una crowd.
Not in all the way the APC go want for do. Where we as a party, or if we decide say we do and we will not go able to do. Now assuming they assume. And in terms of parliament, you get for read the constitution and understand, electoral system, not to just something where they go, again for go back to the people. And a referendum, if we decide for even go that route day. So that is why I'm saying, for like you can't sit down, they talk, now one thing. But you get for understand what they talk about in the first place. Would I tell you, say, if we decide for change electoral system, it go just end with parliament. Even if we decide, say, na parliamentary vote, does SLPP have the numbers as well? They don't. So what did they talk about? We all don't know, yes, we know how things that don't happen in parliament. We know that. But of course, we are a political party. We know we are formidable. And we don't put out a release. We just not put out this release. This not birthday gift. I explained to you also the number of conversations that we would only get, the number of consultations that we would only get before we come to even putting out this release. I explained all of that one day. So to say, oh, this not just a birthday gift to President Nkrumah, come on, man. That not just in your opinion, what you want for talk or not. Then they probably can't set out here for talk this morning, for please, without they ever want for please. But we are focused as a political party. We know what we are up to. We know how prepared and how ready we are. Whatever you say, we know they dance to individualism. We they dance collectively to what the party defined us for be as a political party.
Sidi, in una press release, una say una ready for resist the ruling SLPP. And this word resist is not new, especially in the areas of una supporter them. Because before the 2023 elections, where ECSL proposed, say, let them amend the Public Elections Act for let them adopt a PR system of election for the executive and the legislature. Una say una they resist. Even parliament, una MP then walk out. But where the ruling party, the SLPP, where they want them, then succeed, forget them. And you guys are still in opposition. There is this thing what they call the power of the incumbency. So the ruling party get advantage over una. How una go succeed this time for resist? Why una supported them for believe una say una go really resist the ruling SLPP?
You get several ways where you dey resist something. It not necessarily means say you get for jump and street, go fet. No, but cool ways they for resist. And that is where people probably, I don't know how people they take the language. Power of incumbency get limitations. You get limit. And they reach a point where now they you limit the stop. And as far as we are concerned, you know, people they say we weak, but they see in us doing things where the same weak party, oh, the executive weak, the executive this, but when they do things where other parties where they feel say strong, now they do am. So we are focused. And we know say power of incumbency get limitation. We know say when we ready for to take the action where we feel say we go take at the end of the day, incumbency not go stop
So
we. We go take that action there.
This resist in una words. Now waiting the APC mean where una say una there is, because like you say, ask different people, then go get different response or meaning to the word resist. For the APC, waiting it mean?
When that time they reach, we'll go tell with people and we'll go come back and talk and I am. But for now, like I said, we get several steps that we don't follow and we will continue to follow them. When it is time for action, we'll go take the action. Whatever that action is, it will be defined, we will come back and do them and we go execute them according to how we want for execute them.
So that action we did talk about this morning.
When we decide for trample on the rights of the people, like how we see say exactly now the one for do, and then of course we'll go into action with the people behind us.
All right, now bring you in, Melvin. Sidi firstly believes say then get them people in support and then ready for resist the ruling SLPP if they make any attempt for push then 3 agenda there where they don't reject.
I hope they will be very careful and not be embroiled in alleged or attempted coup anymore. However, let me express reservation that as a journalist, if somebody they attack me personality, I expect Una as the moderators for ask the person for be restrained. And obviously, Una not sober that much for invite me for dinner also, if I'm not sober. So a whole publicist of a political party, they call me say I'm not sober. I'm left with no choice but to give him what he's asked for. Fambule, me and Sidi, we should I would not sober. We in your own political party member then come up for protest. And Secretary General say they're not for protest. Sidi na the first person we're gonna read you. Go talk to them people that will be come up for go protest for electoral justice. It's not to APC member. Hey, would not sober. I have a right to reply.
Yes, but please, as a journalist, will you be as we also get the right for
So
keep the conversation. No,
But now you
we get the right for keep
have
the
not used all
conversation
kind
civil.
adjectives
Sidi,
on
hold
the
on.
party.
Sidi, no,
I don't
Sidi,
go
I don't attack
You
Sidi,
attack,
hold
you even
on.
go about,
Hold
you
on,
go
please,
even go, you
gentlemen.
attack the Secretary
Hold
General
on,
in
please.
personality.
Say what
You did.
Melvin.
You attack with party,
No,
you talk all
I
kinds of
attack you because I'm
Melvin.
not. I attack you.
Melvin.
Can you allow me to reply?
Well, attack.
Melvin,
Okay.
please, we serve as
You deny your own
moderators.
supporter there. You
You
sober.
attack.
Melvin,
You should not to APC members. When they come up for the for
You
protest.
can't sit down and you
Melvin.
dey talk with you, not
Melvin.
sabi.
What you not sabi?
What you dey
Melvin.
talk so?
What you sabi? What not sabi?
What
Tell
you
me.
dey
Melvin,
talk so?
please.
Tell me. From
You dey
misinforming
talk
people
about,
there.
you dey talk
For lie
about,
by
you
you,
dey
by
talk
your
about,
supporters.
whether they lie by
Melvin,
support.
please.
You dey talk about
You've
something
done that.
like
It's on
you
evidence.
dey
It's on
talk
national
about,
record.
you dey talk
You
about
say those
which
people
party
came
you
out to
know.
protest for electoral justice and
know?
not APC supporters. You are on tape.
Melvin.
And you are not liked by
I
your
wasn't not
grassroots
pro. I wasn't not
supporters.
pro. That's what you
You are not
think.
liked by your grassroots supporters.
No, not to
And
the
you're
place
gonna be
was say
booted out.
that.
I know.
Not to the
Melvin.
place
I
was say
know
that. You
because
don't.
I interact with
No,
all of
you
your,
don't.
your grassroots.
No, you
and
assume
your,
to.
your
You
top
don't.
echelons.
You assume to. You
Please.
No,
don't.
he attacked my personality.
Okay.
You never
The
stop
man who
him.
can't sit down and
Melvin.
talk all
He
kind
attacked my
nonsense.
personality. You never
No.
stopped him.
Melvin, please.
I don't take
Asha
that.
said
That's why we
the-
get respect for, but I don't get respect
Okay.
for
Oh
him.
no,
Let's
I
go.
don't need the
Melvin.
respect.
I don't even want you
Melvin.
respect.
No, I
Who are you?
I shall say, as a practicing journalist, you know,
I don't.
you already know the ethic of keeping conversation civil. So please, Let we try to restrain from personal attack, Sidi as well. Let we just get a very civil conversation to the issues this morning. Please, we also get a responsibility to audience them for caution and allow get a very civil conversation so we achieve a good program. Please, gentlemen. Go ahead, Melvin.
Okay, so I think for the fact that, like I said, this is an optic to repair. You don't give them, so I'm not going to that. No, me not so if I can wala camarade. I don't say me not so if I can wala camarade. Yeah, sure. So
them believe say yes, there's the power of the incumbency, but you get a limit. And you Sidi, very firm this morning say, then they resist the ruling government if they make any attempt for force. Then 3 subjects there, where them press release speak to and then clearly reject them.
You cannot resist the removal of Auditor General, which should have gone. If I'm going to oblivion because then we get the number for obstruct, then Abudua. That is for Parliament. And when you talk about the power of the incumbents, I mean, I deliberate number one for going to speaking like pro-government or anti-opposition because that's my role. But the fact remains the opposition is not formidable enough. Some of these things are just bluff. Except they put their house into order, these things cannot happen. And the SLP know whose side they're older. One of which, I mean, they're already been held into ransom by the PPRC until PPRC done.
No, but that's all parties can get a issue. Even the SLPP, during the tail when they conduct a lower level, we see the people from Kono, then come PPRC, protest, bring different petition.
Bad example. These are the parties where SLPP you mentioned, where a petition paran. Then tell us say for waiving petition. You know, we not see. So that's a bad example. That's what the enemy they go to. The fact here remains, APC is now an excuse that because they get petitions that against them, I mean, they're on lower level. So who that determines that is not important? It is only never back.
So Melvin, you think the government get forget a smooth ride for achieve all the proposal then way they don't make one extending the PR to the executive? The new district then where say one can create, you believe say then go get a smooth ride because of the internal issues where the APC they face currently?
On extending the PR to the executive, that takes the constitutional reform. Because we're already using an hybrid system of Westminster and Washington. So if you are coming with a broad-based government or a coalition government, we are not in Israel's kind of setting. And there are disadvantages. But because the man has attacked my personality, I will not lend credence to his arguments at all. Let me just land. If you have to introduce a broad-based government, a government of national unity, what precipitates that? That's the first question. A case study. Police and call. We all know what will be the outcome. Under the Lome peace agreements, they can get in position. We see IN. And there are other small examples of, for example, PMC and APC married. We see I end. We see NGC now, SLPP married. We see I end. So they have some credits to their arguments on the disadvantages. But for the SLPP, they need to think about legislative reform because the kind of system we're using on the constitution, for you to introduce a broad-based government or a coalition, and by the way, SLPP have not been explicit on what broad-based or coalition government they want. But when you have an opposition that is disfocused, they are not picking all of those things up.
So you think then a deliberate attempt from the SLPP for letting them explain the kind of coalition government when they push for?
Absolutely, and as a result of the weak opposition. Your question is perfectly placed. And as a result of the weak opposition, because by right now, therefore they ask them what kind of, in fact the opposition doesn't do fire brigade response. They don't do their homework well, don't care. I mean, when I talk about the opposition in this case, I mean the national executive, including Sidi, they don't do their homework well. You know, counter argument, justify it. Again, this man is saying not sober. Let counter argument. Let show me whose constitutional provision will then cite. You don't read a Mabel. Firstly, fact check me if I'm wrong. Me and you are wrong.
And not doing at the press release.
But
earlier,
we're addressing the press release.
I'm not defending him, but I just
mentioned the press statement. Quote me well. I say the press release cites any specific constitution. Then man say me not sober. Una fact check me. Una fact check me on that before we proceed. Una fact check me rather than a lie.
The press release not get any constitutional. any constitutional provision, but then cites recommendation 78 of the tripartite report will come out from the agreement for peace and unity. And for them believe say that particular recommendation 78, they talk about the preferred systems of election after consultation.
That is
the people then say they want the first past the post.
This guy, I mean, this statement is a joke. Tripartite, who's legitimate? Tripartite is a gentleman's agreement. It's not going to constitutional bearing. Not like Rome peace agreements with Pakaba Bikego. So the opposition force is a joke. Why not? If this tripartite is so important, why did they never table? They not move for letting table on our parliament. The people are they fool the public. You know, make constitutional reference and tripartite reference you go make. That's a joke. Yeah, joke. And I'm a man study for fair. You know, I'm don't chap, so no get no citation. And now you know that.
Going forward, what do you think say the APC for do at this point after putting out this press release?
They must put their house in order. I predict APC get 50 chances for 2028. SPP get 50% chances. It's a 50-50. But how they do their preparation, and my fear is this: if SPP will get incumbents, like whether you agree, then they are ahead of Una in terms of preparation, then the APC will be left with no other kind of situation. That for in that last situation again, after a court, they rush. That's going to be the lazy argument they're going to make. So it's a distraction to them. So
just don't state they're going to resist the actions.
I will resist a bluff. I don't think it's a bluff. They're not getting no power for resistance. And Sierra Leoneans are not ready to risk their lives. Let me tell the main opposition spokesman that Sierra Leone no longer sense now say APC has been a full and full. They're not ready for common streets for no politician for go die. And some of us are going to raise campaign that, I mean, we don't see what's happening in this country. You a poor man will go there and you die for nothing. Go and read the Human Rights Commission report on the incidents that will happen in this country. So we on duty as journalists, now for educate the public that if people like Sidi tell you say common streets for go protest, don't go there. Because at the end of the day, go tell you not to APC supporter. It is on evidence and on record.
But the APC, they put them solved together. We don't suicide, don't go gazette the lower level election rule. Now the PPRC, and then they do consultation. We host the Western Region Chairman Kasho, then they are one of we edition them. It states and clearly say, as it is now, they are very focused, and anybody we want for stand at the way for Hamburg, then they not go further and start the lower level election. They not go agree for that person, even if not a member or a supporter of the party.
That is the wrong approach. That's what I meant when I said it's a political arrogance. If you cannot mend fences with them people and they way you know so they get the tendency for obstruct you. Why you need for wait till they obstruct you? They need to look ahead at the big picture. And radical exclusion will not work. And Kadisha, again, to answer your question, it's a downplaying rhetoric as if it's waiting to happen in APC not serious enough. And they are very serious and they have the chances to plunge or amplify their winning come 2028. So they must not downplay it. And as journalists and civil society, I think our duty is to goal post them and goal keep them when they go out to try to attempt to use rhetoric to deceive either their grassroots supporters or the public. We should not tolerate that. Let them call me any kind of, let them say they don't pay we for. I don't have any problem with that. But we should be very sober in our conversation on these topics.
Melvin, the APC, a whole party way be done in governance. Now they are in opposition. And taking into consideration the years where they don't spend in governance, you think that they're not experienced enough for no say they get internal issues where you take that serious, they make it appear like they are not serious. Then we get the issues, they're not taken that serious. You think a whole main opposition for that matter, no say they get issues?
First, might be okay for APC solving problem by the way they see things. Like how, according to some reports by then, and say an escomine in bouts now Pakaba be for say, hey, but this case they are on waiting safe. So I think the president, His Excellency Madabio, will have to intervene if the APC cannot put its house in order because it has got a moral and a constitutional duty to do so. But with these kind of things and the kind of way that are downplaying in them, it is serious.
Why do you think so they downplay the issues?
Because, for example, if you call post with the object, you say a sabotage. If you say that they divide the party, if you say they're not going to agree for them, anybody wants to stand in the way. Instead of building bridges with them and understanding their
even the PPRC will be get the other day on this issue on petitions for sake of the election rules. They make and clearly say some of the petitions that will come, you really know say this nuggets substantial for let you petition. some of the issues them way people in petition.
Specifically,
when are petty issues
you
for
see
them.
and say somebody in fact petition the one constitution. But one thing we will not be taken to the PPRC from the press is why they still don't say that 2022 constitution with so many of the things that are objected was approved. We've not paid attention to that because you have quarters now saying that people like Sidi, they call themselves so-called progressive or Team 28. They are saying now, if you are objecting these things, why you not be objecting that before now, which is qualified? So PPRC, therefore just lock them out full. If they're not able to solve APC the matter, let them allow APC for go before, then go hold them into ransom because they say almost 10, good number of petitions.
But what's the issue where you get with the APC?
I don't have issue with APC now. The issues when they unfold in the APC media analyze. Things like Samsumana, things like Samura, things like the clause where we're not in the constitution, things like how the national executive, the grassroots, things like, you know, these are the serious things.
They handle them well by your estimation.
They are not even ready. They are so, I mean, if a person tell you say you're not so bad, that means you're not ready for your yourself alternative opinion.
Right, let me come to Sidi. Let me look at another important aspect to raise na the press release. It get for do with the creation of new districts and localities. Una say una go resist them. We don't get this conversation severally. We don't get the Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs. We take them to cabinet and cabinet approve them. For them, it even quotes a particular section. Usa is say na just a continuity of waiting President Ernest Bai Koroma then been proposed na Parliament. So when then come, then just continue with them.
You know, Khadija, this is not something we don't get discussions on many times. And like I say, these are things where engagements don't happen with government. Things that they all don't discuss. You know, in governance, they say, you get for always look at, you know, waiting don't work and waiting on the work. Okay, so let we get this discussion this way. The government, they propose two things with Dawande. One, they want for, you know, look back at decentralization itself. And they want for devolved institutions, which for us is good. Because during the last government, then devolved functions. And we don't say that one day not really help well in terms of decentralizations. So for me, the issue of devolving institution, we believe Sidandi for be the priority. Because what you do with Dandi, you also help for take development to some of them very districts that also we lack most of the developments that we don't happy. What we are saying, yes, President Nkrumah, you go say created 2 districts, but what has that done for us as a country? Look at them 2 districts then they. What's not the progress we don't happen there? Look at even the districts then before that. You go to places like Pujon, we still not able to get, you know, pipe-borne water everywhere. You get picking there where they still walk miles for access school building. You know, we don't address all of them one in the even the 2 we created, we're not able to really improve them and develop them. And then now we want to add more districts. For us, it doesn't really make sense. You know, it doesn't mean because this person we don't do them before, even where we see that it is not working, we say for do them back. You know, that is not how governance should be. You know, people then go say, well, now we're not doing fine. But is it working? You know, so what we are saying, let us focus on devolving the institutions. You know, when I've been small, Khadija, in my village, we began Ministry of Works, office day. Then get machine then, they get tractors where they work, we road them, poil and go make them. We're not getting things than they anymore. So those are areas that we can focus on, improve on the districts that we'll get, make sure say decentralization work well for we. You know, some of them ministries will get, you know, we take them, their functions, then don't they? Then one way they out of Freetown, for example. You want ID card, pass you can't Freetown. You want passport, pass you can't free on, or it go take you months or years before you get on. So all of them things then we feel say the discussions therefore be focused on, and that make we say for create more district, for can't divide Freetown, that one is not for be priority at the moment.
During the term where the government they consult una, because I remember at some point the advisor them to His Excellency the President been called a consultative meeting. Una Secretary General been there. Una don't able for put forward all the arguments there where una they put forward. So because, for example, the term where the Minister of Community Affairs, Honorable Tambalamina, they suggest all of the issues there. It come out to the public, it talk una respond, but yet still, it gonna cabinet or approve them. Women say the government or they take some of una issues them into consideration.
Well, I sure say it go cabinet first before they even start the consultation.
Waiting the minister tell the public, now me they go by.
Well,
the
fact of the matter is, like how you say, during then consultation, and this have been the try for tell Melvin. During then consultations, we bring out all of them issues there. Secretary General making position. Even Mr. been in that meeting, I contribute, I talk. Waiting me feel say for happening, we say we priorities for day. I spoke at that meet before the presidential advisors them. And really that is the same thing we don't continue for engage them on. At parliament level, they don't engage. You have people like Dr. Spencer, we don't make effort also for engage parliament on this same thing. We position, we don't also communicate through that one day as well. So we not just come and put out press release now. Their engagements, they all done, they happen, whether openly, focus group engagements, the national consultations, all of them one day. And some of them points they ask why they make clear today, we don't make them to the government.
Coming to the power sharing again, we see country them who say this model work right. For example, South Africa get the JNU government, the government for national unity. Is it that na the Sierra Leone democratic system, the APC not trust say this model the work, or not just for own personal reasons say we don't need in opposition 10 years, if we win 2028 let the SLPP self give a chance?
First of all, we need for Sidom first and define the kind system we go work. Then countries, most countries, where they use power sharing. These are countries where probably get multiple political parties where strong. And we get a kind of system of government where you get a certain percentage for let you able for form government. So in that case, you get for form coalitions with other parties then. For let una agree, and then you will form the government. Through that coalition, you can able for divide and form, the government that way. They places like Israel, then they do and South Africa recently in the last election, the way ANC no able command majority, then do the same. They get for set up coalition, and that way they come up to the idea of national unity government. And the thing is, Khadija, I say earlier, even as we system this so now, some of the arguments, the way the government they profile and the way they look at. One, they talk about inclusivity. Even as we system they now, like I stated earlier, and not prevent the president forget a cabinet way inclusive. Because the law give the power for appoint whoever he want for appoint. But then they go tell you, say, oh, well, we want for let it be legislated. We get laws that will not respect. We get laws that will not follow. Something as simple as the law say, for let you appoint commissioner and ECSL, for example, if you consult with political parties, Consultation basically na for all us, you don't discuss them and agree, and then when you appoint, we know they do that one day. We they define consultation based on which government they in power. Any government get your way they define them. So these are all things where they look at, and where they look at the dangers where they go pose to with democracy as it is now. So the sincerity a lacking in our electoral system. The basic laws they put for make sure say we do things right, we know they follow them. So we can't put this back where we know say the executive get our enormous power. No, but
see, among the 6 points they wanna adopt now on a press release on a issue yesterday. When I make mention of the word say government they do things being manipulative in our words, where according to una, then for seize the manipulative actions here, where una believe say they undermine the country in democracy. You have for points in them way government they do where according to una the say they are being manipulative and they undermine democracy.
These are not just some of the things that this world on the highlight. So then things they are what we don't talk about. You say we still we consult. Clearly, you don't go consult and you don't get the result based on the consultation where the people then speak even before they go out in a form of referendum if we get for rich yonder. The people that already speak. You hire a whole farm where don't go do all of this. But now, they even hear it and they talk about that day again, that consultant day again, because as far as they are concerned, whatever the consultant do based on waiting they get from the people and not to that they want. So then decide now for calm, like how they don't cancel. Law just put them out. Whether they want to.
Government gets any hidden agenda apart from the one where they don't come out saying for lay one the winner takes it all. Let it not happen, bring peace, bring people together. Apart from that reason where they don't go now, things they don't get any hidden agenda for the power sharing.
What we see is the tendency for the government do waiting go make them get dominance, and also in the future progressively for kill other political parties and become the only political parties who will continue for their power over and over with if this system is what they are pushing forward. That is exactly what it is.
During the consultation, the way you say una don't dey hold with members of the government, una don't really force them for let them explain to una we get for be key player to this proposal how this power sharing system get for work na the salon model of politics.
We don't ask for that details. I go tell you say not to just we. If you ask some of our international friends, then they go tell you the same. So all we hear, it go ease tension, it go this. So if we go into election, APC get 51%, this other party get 40%, APC go get the president, APC go get the vice, but then we go shape all the other position there from cabinet to ambassadorial to this based on the percentage of the elections. That is what it is. But then you see, so what we were saying is, so let's even say, and this not the problem also we would identify. We want for system where they work. Let's even say the other thing where they talk about a lot, we're not for the empowerment of women. Now we get the GW bill, for example, where they talk about 30% minimum quota for women. The problem what would they see with that and what would only bring forward is this. When we talk about the 30%, we're only the limiter to that top level and maybe parliament. Have we even gone to the civil service and see waiting at the percentage of women them where they are the civil service and at which cadre, directorial level, how many women in they managerial level, how many women in they in we forces, how many women in they within at that kind level and they. So for us, waiting we they simply say that then things that we don't start. Let us see them to logical conclusion. We they see as a country we go start one thing, we not done they will one jump another. We don't create 2 districts. We don't see any semblance. Then 2 districts and today, now the most difficult side for access. The road conditions, they're not good. Correct. Even other districts that we don't did before that, plenty lack the basics. So we don't. So
creating districts and by then.
For us, what what we say is functionality. Governance is governance. Whatever reasons why the APC be creating districts and the government change in the process, other government take over. So that does not mean when you don't take over, they look at the improvement of them districts and they, but then you go on for add you on them back. That is what we are simply saying. Let us look, do things we go function for this country, and then, collectively we go move forward.
Let me come back to you, Melvin. As it is now, the government and the opposition, they get a common platform. Also, usually they can meet. Then get the technical working committee of the implementation of the tripartite recommendation them. Now one side and the other side, the chief negotiator them, the government and the opposition, then can meet. Now Sidi said they don't ask several times, let the government explain to them the model in which they plan for implement this power sharing within the propose, but government not able for explain them. You think say the opposition go able for use that platform of the technical working committee of the tripartite, because several times we don't decide the chief minister, where now be the chief negotiator representing government, they come out and update the public how this committee they work, how they don't implement some of them things there. You think say the APC for leverage on that platform?
Yeah, I think so, because it's a platform, like I've argued, do not establish on parliamentary legitimacy or constitutional basis, but it's a gentleman's agreement and make provision for some of these issues to be addressed. And yes, but it's so interesting again. At the same time, I come back to it having come on. Say if APC not put the house in order, it's serious. The chief negotiator have been Samuel Kamara. Then this is the interesting fact. They remove her and replace him with Dr. Mara. And there is a nuanced fact that people don't ask, including the APC party secretariat, as to why Dr. Mara never signed that agreement. He never signed. But now he's the head of that one. And we've not known what's said today. Somewhere in your politics, a political silence, which is very dangerous. Nobody knows what's his next stance. He's never responded. Even in proxy, the way they responded, last time we host one and we show where he say it was a disaster for them team. So, I mean, it's serious, because if you remove the chief negotiator on your own side and government get on your own side, how they will be responding to some of these things. That is one. How they will be looking at some of the things. In terms of experience and institutional memory on the process. So yeah, that can be used, but I think for now, APC for do them best for avoid the courts, and this is not just the legal courts, well, I mean the courts of the SLPP, and it's like SLPP get influence, therefore avoid the good thing we go for APC small and Sam Sumana.
Why?
But maybe that's a bit set better for you.
Yeah, because I just they wonder how Sam Sumana
connect. Yeah, I talk so much talk, really. Sobali, the nexus there is, I don't see the chair. Sobali, the nexus there is, if Sam Sumana wins his case over the APC on whether 5 years clause is legitimate or not, technically the bearing will be also upon Kande Yumkela in the SLPP. A victory for Sam Sumana in the APC will be a victory for Kande Yumkela in the SLPP. And this is the danger. You have already factions within the SLPP who, like in the APC, believe in radical exclusion. That 5-year clause, I know for Kitchman and
they try to connect the two instances, because
both of them they suffer from 5 years clause.
No,
that's the nexus.
The question I ask, how then will leverage on this implementation of the tripartite recommendation report? There's a platform already where they took him meet. How they can leverage on them, forget government for explain to them what they mean by power sharing, waiting at the model where they want for use. Maybe if government explain this model, the opposition go agree, say, let's go with it.
I agree, but the opposition never waste the energy on just a proposal. This is a proposal. The government has not made any serious move towards that end. So if you don't need to force them, just put your house in order. If the government's way that they talk about power sharing, they don't get idea about what they want for share and how they for share, you just put your alternative plan in place and put your house in order. Because not even force government for explain you which kind of power. Because again, I use the watchword there, proposal. It's a proposal, Khadija. What if the government just articulate some more? What is not tickling move, tickling antics, quoting me most admired and most eloquent way I feel say APC for go big back and if I can, they not ever get talk man like that. It's my personal opinion. That is tickling, you know. So it's serious, but they can harness that platform. Now this is what they say they bring Dr. Mara for bring fresh life or fresh air. So I think part of that fresh air will be some of these concerns. And how will they be channeled? But again, first we will not agree today. APC now will tell we almost % implementation of tripartite today. Government is say almost 80% or 70%. APC then is say not so. But why not tell we almost % then for this? So it's an opportunity for me to ask my good old Alaji. Alaji, how much % tripartite this government don't implement?
Melvin, we will come to the tripartite later. Back to this issue on floor. They reject where the APC they reject the proposal where the government they make for power sharing and self-creating new districts them. They don't put their own reasons them. They not believe say it's a genuine cause government want to embark on. One then question the timing. Let we get your genuine opinion or you comment them regarding the proposal itself for get a power sharing and that of creating new districts. Waiting at your own genuine assessment about them proposal here.
A power sharing agreement should be constitutional. Any proposal will not get any constitutional references as to how that for be happening. I cannot comment because it's vague. It's hypothetical. It's a political stunt by the SLPP.
But it first starts from a lawyer waiting at parliament, when I'm the leader for parliament right now, the speaker. Now him first begin the conversation. You think say go just throw the conversation to the public like how we been say it just a throw to the public, let the debate start. You think say they not don't get in research done and they not go don't get in-house discussions as to waiting really they want for propose. Although up to now they don't tell the public it, but in say they throw the discussion, let the public debate start.
It's not. I mean, I reserve my opinion on the speaker because it's public secret. Although I see some Texans and they say me SLPP, I have no regrets over that. But the fact remains on the speaker. It's unfortunate because that's the House of. If you had any idea, it should have been first in black and white. If you are touting an idea not in black and white, not in the form of a white paper or a green paper or a blue paper or a legislative draft, you can't tout her. That's where the opposition for the all and force. What do you mean by that? But that was missed. And now the president is also saying, and you have government operative who's saying, the government get for flesh out the details. So it's not details, so it's a test, it's a political stunt. And my personal opinion on power sharing, because we don't test out for this anchor be then you believe we certainly do RUF then. And then maybe they will kiss the road. And what we go protest against for this anchor? Politics, we're not just talking. Some of us, we don't put our life on the line. And because we believe in what we believe in. For this anchor, that's you been, I think I've been one of the mineral MMC, something, mineral something. When you don't make 5 money, and the RUF, then and they, when they can increase, then you know what it is. The people that say, well, this man will not go from power sharing, they don't get power. That's what resulted to the revolt. So we have a case study of, you cannot go share power, we not change the laws. Because we laws do not allow for broad-based or coalition government.
But the constitutional review process is ongoing.
When will they complete it?
According to the AG, the president really intentional for complete the process before in tenure expires.
I don't know for Sidi for say Dr. Ines Kumar was very intentional in completing the process, but why didn't he complete it? This constitutional review, this is the agenda we should set. The government should be specific as to when will this happen, because not to whether I get for happen. Now when it go happen. It's like the MCC money. All man say MCC money approve. When will the payday be? So when will this government? I watched that. I mean, by the way, Sujina is a very intelligent and brilliant guy, but they all done a circumvent when. All man knows the president want to do, but when he go do it.
you want for big take homes from this conversation today regarding the APC them press release and government set their own agenda with them proposals?
APC for left for the full supporters there. The government for be more serious with governance. You cannot be touting ideas where you not get clear roadmap on. And for the people for be very watchful on some of the options, be they coming from government or from the opposition. It's item we need development, and we cannot be developmentally focused. Ghana they develop because they are politically serious. In Sierra Leone, we cannot be politically deceptive and we expect development. The political class must be more serious. Be they government.
The SLPP, you think they go succeed for push the power sharing, the PR system of election for 2028? The SLPP government, the one where they rule presently.
With the president, where SLPP one pool, Laratelo PR Stempula, where SLPP will remove MPs and they them. The SLPP for now, they are pauperistic in some general sense. But I don't think President Bio go on for go he left skeletons the way Boku too much nice cupboard way to minor will get peace of mind. So again, if the opposition is more formidable and effective, they can change the course of the SLPP. Because at the end of the day, not so APC SLPP get for this side 2028 too. Let me know that. Although they rogue then, they not justify and don't already support electoral justice. So ironical. At the end of the day, it's not about the deception or it's about what Sierra Leoneans want. And for me, so far, by what I see, it's a 50-50. That will be my last word. 2028, so far by what I see, it's going to be a 50-50 chance. SLPP get 50% chance. You might say they don't do no development, which they don't do for get 50% chance. Because of one thing, they get the power of resources and incumbency, that is 50% chance. The opposition, because they can capitalize on people and disaffection and sufferation and poverty, if they can know how to package a message, they have also a 50% chance. But ultimately, Mabel and Khadija, I think the last word here is Sierra Leoneans in 2028 will get for validate these two political parties and the realities with the realities on the ground.
But any hope for an alternative emerging? Looking at the political landscape presently.
Yeah, by the way, then two parties are idle and salon. You see that tattoo. You see the way we pull the slogan all don't go join one side back. Must know it's. This is democracy, right? If you look at America, SSF, England, SSF, then get to the dominance of political parties is not the thing. It's about how effective they are, be they in government or in opposition. And so far, some of us more effective and formidable opposition, which will, so far, APC is not a good alternative. This is what I talk about the press release, we not get specifics, maybe what I say not so bad. But they are not giving alternatives. If I don't pull that press release, say, this, and when it comes to redistricting, this contradicts. And again, there are so many strong arguments that the opposition can make, but they just need to be focused and strategic and place them very well. So I think yes, we are in for a long political journey, but they are the APC. Then left some of them left for the deceive the people. Let them be more realistic.
All right, Sidi. We don't discuss the press release, and for you, una determined for implement all what you wanna see inside this press release. And one of the things they wanna talk about, wanna try for draw the attention of the international moral guarantor, them, the international community, on some of them things there, so we una don't discuss inside the press release. And quite recently, I don't they see pictures, I don't they begin get consultation with the international community. Now then forum there, on a party can inform them of all the political developments where they happen at the country.
Oh yes, we present them, and we also they give them documents, because whenever they talk with the international people, then they therefore also give something where then go take with them for reference sake. So all that need to happen, Khadija. Mm-hmm. But again, I want to say this, now that we're close, waiting to happen at the APC is just waiting stipulated by the laws of this country. The reason why we clearly, the state say, then people and we petition, then do and so only for waste with time, now because all of the petitions will come in so. Plenty of them are petitions we don't come in before when we been the drive or do the constitution. These are all things where the PPRCB don't deal with. the big, this 5 years clause where people they talk about, that constitution they spent over 30 days na PPRC. We had over 150 petitions to that constitution day. Plenty thing they were inside there when a PPRC will put her. Plenty they also will omit. Plenty paragraph they will don't restructure based on the petitions that we go na PPRC. This 5 years clause where people they talk about, it was 10. We would originally do the constitution, 10 consecutive years. You know, for people who they vie for the presidency, the flag bearer of the party. And now PPRC will reduce them for let it in line with other political party constitution then. So these are all things, stages we don't go through before. Now that make one will be they do the rules, having in mind what we go through leading to 2023, we decide we will not make any rule outside the constitution of the APC. Thinking that if we stick with the constitution, being that we don't go through all the stages, people not go get reason for petition again. But then you still get people who can petition. And some of them people who petition, if you go back to 2022, they are the very people we petition the same things that way they don't come open. So
for ask, what is really not the motive?
So that is where you know people, when you don't get certain people, we get fixed mind. It's not like the party is not reaching out. We get structure, we get elders council, we don't engage some of them people then. Within the party, self we get with your internal mechanisms how to deal with issues. But when you engage person and somebody get fixed mind, no matter what you do, you know, you take somebody like Alfred, you go understand who chairman sit down and how they talk that way. They election done, you know, the first person will congratulate President Bill at the time where the party they fought for get result. Now you come on, you congratulate President Bill, you even talk say the party not democratic. Now you they now can say the party for go for result. And from 2028, when you do that congratulatory message to President Bill, you disappear.
But
you know they take part party issue, nothing. Then now when the party wants start the internal be, you come now for camp poke holes.
But see, so, you not think saying that some of them reason they make people like Melvin all the convictions say on a party not serious.
No,
una not put on a house not in order.
You can't.
And if on a house not in order, how una go able win election?
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Because look what's in the happen now.
No, you can't.
Una the battle with people like Peter Conte, where una self say, you know they na una party according to Cashaw. He said because if you then on a party, let it produce a membership card.
So this is where so this is
on the other hand, Alfred Peter Conte they call una say una na some people Congress. So there is a lot of issues
the party open up to no Khadija. If the party open up, the party no lock doors on anybody. But if you want to be member of the APC, for example, and the grown-up of the party now constitution, you don't want to abide by constitutional provisions, even where we don't do everything for encourage you, and clearly you just you want forfeit all the time. What did the party go do? And this now one question also was posed to the PPRC. We not say anybody can petition. If the party they make their rules, then send them to una the gazette, so anybody can petition. So whether you na APC or not, you can petition. So how the parties then go be protected from people who just want to create problem for them?
What you go say to somebody?
So you know, so Sidi, these are all things we
what
get
you
for
go say to somebody we go say as it is now, especially una we all senior position at the party, una so confused in a way that una not even know how to deal with people like Alfred Peter Conte and kind.
No, we are not confused.
But una not able to come out with the measure for deal with her.
We are not confused. Who says so?
Aside waiting una chairman for Western area talk, then they are saying go embarrass her.
We get measures.
And the man don't even come out and challenge una say now una for go to a court.
No, we not dey care nobody go court. We not dey care nobody go court. The court now the last place we want for the. we not dey care nobody go court.
The ongoing internal issues. Then go continue. They are able for address the issues. They want
we not get internal divisions. We get the people we of course disagree. They don't petition as the law say. We don't respond to the petition then. When we cross PPRC, that not waiting the law say. But that not stop that not stop we and we don't respond as the law say. That not stop we for let we carry on with other arrangements then for lower level election. The law say PPRC for deal with any petition where somebody send. So people that don't send petitions then to PPRC, we don't respond to them petition and PPRC go call we so based on how.
Don't a lower level election start in this October?
No, definitely not go start October because say with the done PPRC then processes October go done. It not go start October.
Now some of the things in this way Melvin be make mention say because when I get the issues here we are not able to handle it go difficult for let una able to address national issues because you self just attest to them. Say because of this internal issue now I don't even push dates for our internal elections.
We don't push dates, but that not stop we for a challenge on national issues. Now national issues as they talk about so. Waiting our positions on that. You understand? We still through all of the challenges they face with few people we repeatedly now the same people by the way, and this is our position. Now the same people. The same people in 2023 now the same set of people back. Now then they do all of this. So, but that not the stop we for keep we focus, and for ensure say we membership. We engagement with membership for let them see exactly what they happen. Some of the things with them people they do for keep we back. But like we said, this also na test for we. It good, Melvin make a statement. Somehow I agree with him. We say good for we. Because at the end of the day, when they test the system, PPRC now then don't deal with this constitution. In addition to the constitution where people petition, before we go into lower level election, we make rules. And people petition their rules, then they back. So all of them things they ask away, then don't petition, PPRC don't deal with them before. Even in law, then can say, they try person for the same crime twice inside the same court. They don't deal with all of them things they have before. So we now they wait for see waiting and get for do again. In this case, because these are all matters where they don't address before, where people don't petition before, they don't address them, they don't give it go ahead. We don't do elections. So now we can see now waiting here for happen when at the same constitution we don't go through PPRC process, they don't go through the court, by the way, now court all that constitution APC being get. When we go adopt that constitution, they will cry and go to the court. So now we see us staying within the provisions of our constitution and people challenge. Now we see what in the court go say. The same court will give it the go ahead, will approve the constitution. So,
all right, Sidi, many thanks. We joined with this morning for can talk about the press release on Apple yesterday and respond to 3 key issues them we get for do with the power sharing proposal, get for do with the creation of new districts and localities, and also the PR systems of election. And also many thanks, Melvin, will you come and give me your opinion on the press release. Many thanks, gentlemen, when I join we. Now they end this edition of the Breakfast Show. We come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Continue for watch Liberty Online TV throughout the weekend. We get very interesting content them we produce for now. Many thanks to the production team and to the technical team we give we support for bringing this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you. Mina Khadija Bangla say have a great weekend.
All right, until we meet again, Mabel Kabadi say get a good weekend and goodbye.